All right. Welcome, Grenada, Carriacou, Peter Morning, and the rest of the world. I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. We are happy to be back with you for another day. To tell you what's taking place, we've got the good, the bad, and the Mikey to tell you about all the people from the Indian community. Hello to you. We want to say everybody who are in Carriacou, who's in Carriacou right now, blessings to you. Everybody in Grenada, welcome to you. Those of you who wish that you were in Grenada, you're a Grenadian, or maybe you just like Grenada. You wish that you could have been here, but you're not. Well, I hope that we can bring some warm sunshine and a little Grenadian vibe to you wherever you are watching. If you have not yet done so, first order of business is to encourage you to please share the business. You see, when you share the business, other people get to know that we are live. Facebook does play games, too shanting, and don't want to share the business. So you go ahead and share the business so other people will see that we are live. And of course, you know, they can join with us, and then it's going to be a good night for them as well. Now, folks, here's what's going to happen. We're going to talk to you about our headlines, take a break, and then come back with it. We're not even staying too long on the program tonight, I have to tell you. It's been a busy day, boy. 2 funerals back to back. Of course, the media fraternity saying goodbye to one of his soldiers, Levi. It was a tough day today, I'm telling you, man. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but in your headlines, media fraternity bids farewell to Levi Benoit. And the COVID-19 crew time change. All right, we're going to talk to you about that. I think we started talking about that last evening. And then Carriacou man accused of a very serious crime. And we'll tell you about that. In fact, rape. We're going to talk to you about that. Petroleum prices, woo! Going to talk about that. And well, you've seen that already on social. People are talking about it, in fact. And it's a big day tomorrow for the public sector unions. They are going to be protesting on the streets. And children, they get STD, boy, after being raped. That's something in St. Lucia we're going to talk to you about, and the mother is asking the authorities to really kind of like speed up the process of investigation so that she can get justice for her 2 children. I think one is about 3 years old and the other is about 8. Yeah? Having yellow discharge and all that kind of thing, you know, and making it a 3-year-old. Oh, watch. Anyway. And while we're in St. Lucia, we're going to tell you about their process of vaccination happening there, all right? So we have that and more to tell you about when we return on tonight's Mikey Live program. But we have to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Real Value IGA Supermarket, Licks Laundry Detergents, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Quartz Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, and the Ministry of Health. Thank you guys for being on board. Folks, when we come back, it'll be real news in all the Lily Lolo. So brace all yourself and think now. Get all the Coke, all the popcorn, all the water, whatever it is you need to relax and be comfortable. We'll be back after this break with the news.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
If your whites aren't looking whiter and brighter,
just give them licks.
If your clothes isn't feeling soft and smelling fresh and scented all day,
give them licks.
If your dishwashing liquid doesn't smell like lemon, protects your hands with vitamin E, and gets rid of that stubborn grease,
Just give them licks.
just now. So that old smell, stain, grease mark, and dust still on your floor?
Power. Licks for them.
If your toilet still has those stains and dirt marks?
Licks.
So the color's fading and the stains still in your clothes, huh?
Licks.
Your product's giving you licks?
Then choose Licks from Walker Enterprises. Also available at all leading supermarkets.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
All right, family members, well, thank you for being here with us. All right, now the first thing that we have to tell you, in case you missed it, the Grenadian authorities, they have made a change to the curfew hours effective today. So here's what's going to happen. Prior to the change, persons had to be home and confined to their yard space at 10 p.m. and it went all the way to 4 a.m. Now, there's been a change in that. So now the curfew is moved from 10 p.m. to midnight. So in other words, persons can be out at 9, you can be out at 10, you can be out at 11, but once it's midnight, you should be confined to your own yard space. And of course, that obviously would bring a lot of changes with regard to business activities and so on, because there are some businesses that had to close earlier than normal in order to obey the curfew and to satisfy the requirements there. So now you find that people who, like my brother, doing his little karaoke and stuff, will be able to do that. Now shops and so on will be able to open a little bit later for people who wants to have a little more social evening and so on. So That change will mean a lot for a lot of people. But despite this, though, everyone is still expected to follow the other protocols in terms of social gatherings and social distancing, wearing of masks, etc. All of these remain the same. 720,000 EC dollars is reported to have been disbursed to 4 productive alliances associated with the government's Agricom project. Now, the Agricom project seeks to enhance development within the agricultural sector. Now, over the next 12 months, we are told that some $7.7 million are to be disbursed to productive alliances in the areas of farming, fishing, and agro-processors. Now, the funding is to assist with business ventures, all right? And they're saying that there are some guidelines that must be adhered to. So all the beneficiaries will have to follow these guidelines, all right? So it's not that you get money and then you get the support and then you do what you want with it. It doesn't work that way. Earlier, the price of petroleum, boy, gas and thing, boy, woof, it has changed, but not for the better. Effective today, the price of petroleum products underwent new changes applicable with the usual month review at this time of the month. Now it shows that the gas price has taken an increase of, check this out, $1.36 on mainland Grenada and 72 cents across Carriacou and the Petite Martinique, while kerosene and diesel also take a climb. At the pumps, gasoline moves from $13.22 to $14.58 per imperial gallon, and diesel moves from $13.09 to $13.51. Kerosene, $7.78, up from $7.27. Now in Carriacou, gasoline goes up 72 cents from $14.04 to $14.76. Diesel from $13.27 to $13.69, and kerosene from $7.46 to $7.98. Now in Petite Martinique, gasoline will be sold at $9.26. Diesel from $7.77 to $8.19, and kerosene $7.98, 52 cents up from the old price. Now, a 100-pound cylinder of cooking gas on mainland Grenada goes up by $8 to $195.30. Now, in the 20-pound cylinder, well, you know, as usual, that remains the same, $40 and $37 respectively. So the regular, and then you have the Petro Caribe. All right, bulk will be sold at $2.05 per pound. In Carriacou and the Petite Martinique, the 100-pound cylinder of cooking gas will now be sold at $218.30, up by $8, right? The 20-pound cylinder remains the same, $49 and $46 respectively. And bulk will be sold at $2.05 per pound. The new retail prices are computed based on the average FOB costs, that is the ex-refinery prices for the period 14 January 2021 to 11th February 2021. Consumers are strongly encouraged to immediately notify the Price Control or Consumers Affairs Unit in the Ministry of Finance of any increase or overpricing at telephone number 440-1369. So any of these instances, if you see people overpricing or further increase than what you just heard, you can call them. All right. Big trouble for an individual, Carriacou. Now, a foreign national presently on vacation on the island of Carriacou was reportedly raped by a resident of the island. Now, the incident occurred on Thursday, that is today, according to a police report, at approximately 10 a.m. while the visitor was out exercising at Belmont, Carriacou. The suspect is in police custody, assisting them with their investigation. Police say that their investigations are continuing and ongoing into this particular matter. Now, these incidents or this kind of incident is very rare. For those of you who are watching this program from other parts of the world, you will not typically hear these incidents happening in Carriacou, even in Grenada, and that does not speak anything to the kind of experience that you yourself would have if you choose to visit any of these islands. Carriacou, and by extension Grenada, is usually a very, very safe place. But like everything else, you do have these pockets of unexpected behaviors from individuals who exercise poor discretion or indiscretions. And of course, the entire nation should not be judged for those bad judgments. All right? If you check our history, we have not, particularly Carriacou, had any such incidents in recent history. Likewise, Grenada. It is very rare that you will hear about these incidents. We are moving on. It's extremely sad, though, that, you know, at a time like this, when tourism has taken a severe blow and beating from COVID, that you are going to further compromise the integrity of the tourism sector by, I mean, it's just crazy. This is just crazy, you know? All right. Big day tomorrow for public sector workers, Public Workers Union, the GUT, Technical and Allied Workers Union. They are having their solidarity march happening on Friday in the respective areas. Now, Mr. Andel, the president of the association of the GUT, he says that the support is good. You understand? He says that the support has never been better. You know, there are some people who are saying that, you know, the matches has been small and da-da-da-da-da. He says this is, in all his career, this is probably the most support that he has seen.
That is quite unusual to say, because we had anyone who had seen the walk last week, your colleagues who were on the walk could tell you that there was an outpouring of teachers both on the mainland and in Carriacou, and we are overwhelmed. In fact, we had a general meeting last evening, and it is the largest meeting that I have known in my 31 years in the service, because we had over 500 devices. Not only 500 persons, 500 devices, because in some instances staff rooms were used and people, more than one person was using a device. And we have never had that kind of number in a general meeting before, a physical meeting. So the interest is there, and teachers are adamant that we are not giving up this struggle. So the will to struggle is permeates our members' being at this time. We will do what we have to do. We wait on the outcome of Friday's meeting. We have 3 matches on Friday. There'll be a march in St. George, starting in front of PWU, led by the PWU. We'll have one and starting at Carlton Junction on Friday, and there will be one in Hillsborough. So we continue our actions, and we continue to have the overwhelming support of our members.
All right. Now, folks, the GUT, the unions, they will be meeting with the Labor Commissioner on Friday as well. Now, they are saying that they're having dialogue, but having dialogue doesn't mean that they would not exercise their right to still protest.
We have engaged the Labor Commissioner. We have a dispute resolution process as set out in our collective agreement. We would go by our agreement. Our agreement says that if there is something, a grievance coming out of the agreement, what should happen? And we have begun following that process. We engaged the Labor Commissioner. We wrote to him on the 28th of January. We had a meeting with him on the 9th of February. And this Friday, he has invited us to meet with him and the government team to discuss our grievance. So the process of trying to find resolution is on. But the agreement also says that notwithstanding this, except in arbitration, there's nothing that prevents us from taking action to further our cause. So we've been doing both, taking action as well as being engaging in dialogue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andal. All right, now, folks, we are moving on. Today was no ordinary day, boy, as media workers and family members paid their last respects. Fallen soldier, Mr. Levi, Benoit, he suddenly died a couple weeks ago, and it just threw everything off. He was a really good camera operator. He was indeed a soldier, a soldier for the cause of his colleagues, and was a friend to many media workers. And, the thought came to mind when he died. And I'm not saying that it is with his particular case, but you find that a lot of media people are dying. Folks, just look back at the last few years. You have had probably as an industry, the media fraternity losing the most members, at very tender ages. I mean, you can go back to Jericho's time, to Denzel D, you just name them. We had George Grant recently. We had Jerry George in St. Vincent, and he was he had really close Grenadian ties. I mean, there are so many names that I can call within the space of 10 years of persons who have come from the media and has died. And, the media often be criticized for many reasons, and sometimes rightfully so, because we sometimes don't get it right, and sometimes when we get it wrong, we do not take the right actions to right those wrongs, and sometimes people who are not deserving of being a part of the profession comes and masks themselves, and it's like wolf in sheep clothing, pretends to be, they infiltrate the media fraternity and get people to brand the media in a particular way. And that's rather unfortunate, but there are those who are out here doing this not just for a living, but because they're passionate about sharing information to the general public. And so in doing so, compromise their own health and compromise the time that they spend with their family and with their own self. You understand what I'm saying? Media people don't get to sit on a table and have lunch like the typical workers would. People who are out in the field, they don't get the luxury of sitting and having a meal like everyone else do. They will have to grab a snack, a soda or something, a belly full, because they're moving within assignments, between assignments. And then there are media managers who do not believe in equity and making sure that everybody eats a proper amount of food, are properly paid for the work they are putting out. And that is one of the industries too. You understand, that probably needs a revision in terms of the salaries of these workers. You understand? And let me take out the man picture because I don't really want it to seem like I'm referring to his particular situation. You understand? They want to get fat, sit down in big house, comfortable. You understand? 3-story house, and you'll find a media person in, still fighting to pay a rent. You understand? Because they feel that the profit that they make is on their own merit as the owner of the company or manager of the company. I tell you now, it doesn't only stop there for media people, but all around. People exploit workers. They have no respect for the workers because you don't know why? Because after a while, when the business start to make money, the owners and the managers start to put it up in their head that, hey, it is on my own merit that this company is making money. And they fail to see the contribution from the people who toil day and night for them. They're ungrateful people. If you hear how they talk about you behind your back, as if you're nobody. I'm telling you, they say They laugh with their friends about you. They care not about you. But you know what? When you come in the confines of the office, they smile with you like if they like you and if they think, listen, man, don't fool yourself. If your salary doesn't support the kind of friendship that you think you have with your boss, then you might be right. They are pretending to care. If they seem to like you so much, but then the reward that comes with that, the financial, doesn't match up, tell yourself that's one of them. You understand? That's one of them. They're pretending. Wolf in sheep clothing too. You understand? But anyway, people, let's go back to the point. So in many cases, these people are not able to have a proper meal because they are so committed to the job. And guess what? And the damage they do to their bodies because of that schedule cannot get the proper attention that it needs to repair because the salaries that they receive would not be able to afford proper health care for them. So they're caught between a rock and a hard place, the result of which we sing, to God be the glory, great things we have done. That's where we end up. We end up talking and singing and reading eulogies. That's where it all ends. You know what I mean? Anyway. Let me do that talk. You understand? I freaking fed up. I fed up, dog. I fed up. You know what I mean? I fed up. Because the more we die, the more things remain the same. The more we get sick, the more things remain the same. Anthony Jericho Greenwich, for example, never took a sick leave until he was sick enough to die. And that's a clear indication of what's going on out there. The man never took a sick leave according to reports. So if I line after the report, never took a sick leave until he was sick enough to dead. I freaking fed up. You understand? So I watching my colleagues today and asking myself, well, which one of us? Who's next? Who's next? Which one of us is next? And what has changed over time, when we have lost so many of them, is nothing. Let's take for example. The media was essential during the COVID-19 lockdown and the whole process. Media houses had to shut down. Media workers had to be sent home. Because why? People who used to advertise, they didn't advertise. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard our government or any organization who depend on the media every day to speak on their behalf, have you heard one of them, just one, say, boy, watch, the media fraternity get a real hit in her. Let's see if we can support them. Tell me which one of them. But whenever they have something to say, they come to the media. When they have their propaganda, they come to the media. You understand? When they're in trouble and they have a crisis, they come to the media. They pull up their head and tell them you're essential. We're going to give you passes. And police playing the fool with them. 1. And 2. That's all you get. Tack. Tack, 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 tack. And at the end of the day, you have to cry because your children hungry. You have to beg a friend. You understand? You have to beg a friend. Because you can't send your children to school. Because you can't provide a proper meal. But hear what? You come on the TV the next day and you sit down proper. You read the news proper like nothing. You're the happiest man alive. You're the happiest woman alive. Because you don't beg for bread. You do your work, but you don't beg for bread. So me doesn't vex. Listen, Me doesn't vex, Want to see a man decide why you watch now? Can't take it no more, so he break. He break and he end up kissing NMP. Or he break and he end up kissing NDC. Or he break and he end up kissing some kind of organization who giving them a $2 and a $5 so that they can feed. I don't vex with them. So go tell people, I say. And if I ever put in a position where I can't feed my family and I have to choose between staying straight and narrow or feeding my family, well, let me tell you, you don't have to take light to shine me, because I don't live in my family hungry. These are the demons that media people have to deal with every freaking day and night. These are the demons that they have to deal with every day and night. And you have some bad mind people who pretend they don't understand the struggle. And they label this one, and they label this one, and they say this about that one, and they say this about that one, but you have no idea that. You all have no idea. My point is, who is next? Which one of us would you be singing over at a funeral? Which one of us next? Saying he was a good man. Saying she was a good man. But when he or she is alive, all they do jack squat about making life more comfortable for them. I'm fed up with all you. You understand? I fed up with all you. You know what I mean? Anyway. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. Okay, so we are moving on. Now we move to St. Lucia, where we find that a mother of two has urged the law to move swiftly on a case that she says is taking too long. Now, according to her two children, and that's in St. Lucia, okay, has been abused by somebody that they know is like a brother to the family. And the children contracted an STD. And she wants the police and everyone involved to speed up the process.
A mother of two has urged the law to move swiftly, progressing with a case against a man who allegedly sexually abused her underage daughters. She says the incident occurred just over 2 years ago. Senior news correspondent Cecil Actel picks up the details.
A 27-year-old mother is frustrated and wants swift action taken against the man she claims sexually abused her daughters 2 years ago. The two girls are now ages 8 and 3. The mother, who had been residing in Martinique at the time of the incident, said she returned to St. Lucia after she was informed by relatives that her eldest daughter fell ill. She said after she took the child to a medical practitioner and filed a police report, one of her girls changed the story.
She said, "Mommy, that's not true. I just made that up." So then I also was feeling away to say like, my daughter will just come to me and say like things like that. So then I spoke to her and she said, "Mommy, that's not true." So I just dropped it. So in the year of 2019, we keep on bringing a doctor, no problem. So then when we brought a doctor again, Dr. Little, he said there's no problem. Give her medication because she had a discharge. Everything stopped. Then in October 2020, 2019, my little daughter, 3 years, she came crying, "Mommy, my private part is burning me." Then I saw a yellow discharge.
The mother said she returned to the doctor with both her girls in an effort to ascertain what had transpired.
They did tests. The test took around a month before I got the result. They called me back in and they told me they had gonorrhea. They had gonorrhea. That was in December 2019. So then they took police involved, everything. Then they do nothing much. Then COVID hit, everything died out. Then recently my daughter came back to me complaining. End up, she still has it. So the medication they gave them never worked for them.
The 27-year-old mother said that her youngest daughter was later removed from her care and placed with the father. The mother claims that the Department of Human Services was made aware of the situation. She says her girls are traumatized by the whole ordeal.
The person he raised with us like a brother, he saw all my kids growing up. You could even say that's like the uncle, and he did that to my 2 girls. I just want justice for them. That's the only thing. The person that did that to them, they have to pay for what they do. Because who knows, my little girls could be suffering in future life.
The mother said what hurts her the most is that her daughter has an anxiety attack every time she sees the alleged perpetrator. NBC Prime has learnt that the matter is still under investigation by the police. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
Thank you very much, Cecile. And folks, what we're going to do right now, we are going to take a quick break and return shortly. When we come back, we've got the national report and we've got the weather.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, line, boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Lavish the world's best vodka cocktail.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
It's showtime at Quartz. Shop today and save up to 30% off on selected Whirlpool cooker. Plus, get a chance to win amazing weekly prizes with purchases of $299 and over. So don't delay. Get what you need now and pay absolutely nothing until 2021.
Showtime. We got it. Just what you need. Yeah, Quartz got it.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Okay, family members, it is now time for the National Report.
Nightly curfew continues, but with shorter hours. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Thursday, February 18th, 2021, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The nightly curfew in Grenada will continue, but with shorter hours. The Emergency Powers Amendment Regulations states that the curfew will now be imposed from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., effective February 18th, 2021. Only recently a decision was taken to end the curfew at 4 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. The Ministry of Health reiterates that as the nature of the pandemic changes and the threat to lives evolve, the government will continue to take steps in the best interest of the public. The public is therefore reminded to adhere to the COVID-19 protocols, maintain physical distance, wear a mask, especially when physical distancing cannot be maintained, avoid large gatherings, and regularly wash or sanitize hands. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell has expressed satisfaction with the quality of work done so far on the Willis playing field. Dr. Mitchell visited the field on Wednesday evening and was provided with an update on the progress of work. He said historically New Hampshire has produced some outstanding sportsmen and women, but the facilities have never been of a first-class standard. With the emergence of more young people in the community, Dr. Mitchell said government, through the Ministry of Sports, saw the urgency in upgrading the facility.
Having Hanover Company here, we felt that they have the expertise to give us that help. So I'm particularly pleased with the development of this facility and where it looks today, because this ground, when it is completed and grassed, could be one of the best facility in the country, comparing with Progress Park and Queen's Park and Boucherjou and other places around the country. So I'm particularly pleased with what I've seen here develop.
The scope of works, Dr. Mitchell says, goes beyond the upgrade of the physical playing field to include some bleachers on a section of the perimeter of the field.
We always know that our young people, when you invest in their development, and sports is an important part of their development, you'd always gain reward for it, because your growth of your young people is certainly correlated with the growth of the nation as a whole. So I'm happy to say this, and we look forward. I want to compliment the attempt of the drainage, because we all know one of the reasons that Queen's Park is seen as one of the better grounds in the region is that when rain falls in Queen's Park, it doesn't settle. So rain falls, and in a couple of hours, you can start playing sports day again because of that drainage facility. So doing that here is also key for the community as a whole. So I'm very happy with this, and I want to just compliment Hanover Company and the Ministry of Sports and the community as a whole for where we have reached so far, and they can rest assured that we will complete it.
Dr. Mitchell was accompanied by Acting Coordinator of Sports, Curlon Peters, and representatives from Hanover Construction Company, Grenada Limited, which is executing the project. Mr. Peters is also very pleased with the progress of the work.
We planted grass that we had taken out from Vendome, and we if you look on the field, we see some areas, and we're also applying vertical grass on the area. We're hoping to get some seeds by next 2 weeks that we can also tune the area. The beautiful thing about here, rain is falling, so we expect the field to be grassed in properly, but it will take a little time, you know. I must say I'm very pleased with the work by the company Hanover Grenada Limited. I've been here from the start, from the time they removed the topsoil and moved some of the Tegwa mud. And for today, when we look at the drainage, the French drain, and they're working properly, and we are looking forward to another phase of the project where we could concrete some of the drain that you are seeing here to make sure that the field is properly irrigated, and also look at some of the costing for the lights and some of the bleachers.
Construction manager at Hanover Construction Company Grenada Limited is Anand Ramnanan. He told the GIS that his team is also pleased to have executed the job in keeping with the stipulated guidelines presented by the Ministry of Sports.
After doing that, we placed 4 inches of half-inch gravels on the entire playing field, parallel to that well-graded subgrade layer. Right? The half-inch gravels is going to filter the water from the surface into the drains, which will then run off to the perimeter drains. Part of our scope as well was to re-establish the perimeter drains around the playing field. So after putting the half-inch gravels, we replaced the topsoil, 4 inches thick, between 3 to 4 inches thick on the playing field. So, and it is graded where we are right now.
Once completed, the various football clubs will no longer have to journey to Bushaju for training. Continuing the news, the fisheries sector was placed under the microscope on Thursday as government looked at ways to strengthen its collaboration with fisherfolk and identify opportunities to sustainably build a resilient local fisheries sector. Minister for Sports, Culture and the Arts, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Honorable Yolan Bean Hosford, and the Farming and Fishing Sector Representative in the Senate, Roderick St. Clair, met with members of the fishing community to evaluate the industry and chart the way forward. The session highlighted new and emerging markets, incentives to promote growth, training for fishermen, and support initiatives from government and other agencies for the industry. Minister Bain Horsford said although the contribution of the fisheries sector to GDP has been small over the years, it is still pertinent. She anticipates that the sector can be developed to include more exports.
These exports could facilitate the emergence of more sophisticated businesses, for example, SIF, that would create greater income for the fisherfolk and the exporters, and in turn the nation via the generation of much-needed foreign exchange. As we are aware, this foreign exchange is needed to purchase our imports. Today's consultation will bring together the above ideas in order to provide the ministry with the information to address the concerns and challenges of you, the fisherfolk, and by extension foster growth in the industry and the economy.
Senator Roderick St. Clair highlighted the need to promote more structure, which will give fisherfolk the opportunity to get more out of the sector.
The issue of organization is something that I want us to leave here today with. I want us to leave here where we could have some mechanism, not only to communicate on the WhatsApp that we have established and you have performed well in that, but we have a mechanism where we could have that dialogue to look at those issues that will come out from today. And steering committee as such that we can able to interface with the minister and the ministry on the ideas that we leave here with today to assist and get them forward. The mechanism, the framework is not there. And so this is something that we need to find how to make happen. But this, you don't have to wait again on government to do that. If we have good organizations and good groupings, it can happen. And I know there are groups because I've been able to contact the different groups in Waltham and in Duquesne and all those different areas, in Wester Hall and so on. And you exist.
This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Hey, are you gonna wear your mask today? You see everywhere you go. There are rules you got to follow, so don't you say COVID-19 will delay. Take the opportunity to save your community. Don't be that guy, put a mask on your face if you're heading outside. It's your life, my life, more lives will be taken if we don't try. If you feel any symptoms, call the hotline. Stay inside until you feel fine. 6 feet away every day. Keep COVID-19 far from away. Keep Grenada safe. Be COVID-19 smart.
Welcome back. Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, is encouraging the creation of new business partnerships as part of the region's response to the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Addressing members of the regional private sector during the virtual Caribbean Business Forum on Wednesday, Dr. Mitchell said these partnerships should help to cultivate a spirit of entrepreneurship in members of the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, noting that trade is vitally important to the survival of regional countries. Dr. Mitchell acknowledged the many challenges brought about by the pandemic and affirmed that in every sector there are unprecedented opportunities. The Grenadian leader said, and I quote, "These challenges carry the seeds of great opportunity, and we are particularly pleased with this chance to exchange views and brainstorm on concrete measures and initiatives that we can undertake together to help us to be more resilient, less dependent on externalities, and shape a new model of collective prosperity," unquote.
The OECS Authority is keen to see an explosion of trade between the OECS and the wider region, starting with Trinidad and Tobago. We would like to encourage new partnerships, especially between our respective private sectors, and for these partnerships to cultivate a spirit of entrepreneurship in the OECS. In every sector, there are unprecedented opportunities.
The Prime Minister also noted that regional integration as an enabler of reciprocity in relations and the aggregation of opportunity in niche CARICOM and hemispheric spaces is essential for our sustainability. Dr. Mitchell lamented the fact that regional trade has not been optimized.
We seem to prefer patronizing other people's business in the global village instead of strengthening and consolidating the wealth of our islands through stronger business ties among each other and interacting with the global village from a position of consolidated strength. Why do we see nothing wrong with importing food and goods from all around the globe, but express objection and erect barriers to buying from our own? Sisters and brothers, something is fundamentally wrong with that approach.
The Caribbean Business Forum was organized by the Global Business Leadership Forum and the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers in collaboration with the OECS Commission. Finally, in the news, Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Honorable Kindra Mathurin-Stewart, commends residents of the sister islands for adhering to government's call to avoid carnival-like activities last weekend. Minister Mathurin-Stewart explained that government's decision to cancel the 2021 carnival was done in the best interest of all, considering the increase in COVID-19 cases in neighboring islands. The parliamentary representative says the behavior of residents was not surprising, since they are known to be law-abiding and understanding.
For me personally, I am not surprised, because I know, and I think we all know, that the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique have always been law-abiding, decent citizens. From the inception of the COVID-19 pandemic in our country, the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique have always demonstrated that level of consciousness, that level of responsibility towards protecting the communities, the people, and of course our country. And so the lack of carnival-like activities, the lack of large and huge social gatherings over the weekend came as no surprise to me.
She applauded the government for taking the unpopular decision to cancel the activity. She emphasized that the event usually brings revelers from the mainland and other neighboring islands, some of which are now grappling with the challenges of COVID-19.
When government made the decision to cancel Carnival in 2021, government did so having regards to the threat posed by COVID-19 to our people, to our country, to our islands. And I want to add here that was a very good decision to cancel Carnival in Carriacou and Petite Martinique for 2021. Bearing in mind what is happening in neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines as it relates to their COVID-19 status. So I think it was a brilliant idea for us to do that. I know it was difficult. I know it was hard for some persons, and it was a difficult decision for government to make as well. But at the end of the day, this is a government that is caring and is interested in the well-being, health, and safety of all our citizens.
That story just ended the national report for today, Thursday, February 18th. Let's recap the top story. Nightly curfew continues, but with shorter hours. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
right, and folks, it is now time for the weather, and it's the weather for tonight into tomorrow morning. Weather generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy to cloudy during the early morning with few brief, widely scattered showers. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be around 24 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas are moderate to rough. Waves 6 to 9 feet in northerly to northeasterly swells. A marine advisory is in effect. And so, just to wrap up, I would like to say hello to a few people on the program. As usual, we want to say hi to Shireen and Kireen and Angel and Cynthia and Allah and Zaka, Osric, Ezran, Eunice, Yvonne, Atalia, Vicky, Angel, Jennifer, Noreen, Rachel, Bermuda, Brenda, Liban, Lintona, and Mom, and Dolores, and everyone else. Rachel, I said Rachel already, Lorene, and Rolander, and everyone else. We want to say thank you, and may God bless you and the family. And Cindy, I see that you're there as well, and Shomin, and Spice Girl, and Sandra. And we're going to touch base tomorrow, God's willing, again, same time, same place, right here. All right, may God bless you and your family until we meet again. That is tomorrow, God's willing. All right, take care, guys, and take care of your family. And life is short, and the best you can do is to live each day as if it were your last. Have a good one. Good night.